beautiful people. I wasn't gonna go live today. I was gonna come here for 4 days to do a series. Look, there's the equator line. Just running down there. I've come here to do a series of readings for the next 4 days because there's so much going on. Tomorrow's the equinox. This is the equator. There's this huge monument, and I just thought, while it's quiet around this west side, I thought we could do a little live and see what gives. I don't actually know how successful it will be because I'm having to use my hotspot. Wassail, get nailed. Wassail. I see now, I've forgotten. Is it Anna? Francesca. It's your alter ego. I think it's your songwriter. So I've just been I've just been into a couple of heavy debates with restaurants here because Wassail, Blue Jean, Natalie, because they don't have vegetarian food. Everything is con carne. And I said to them, I'm a vegetarian. They went, yeah, we can do this meal without the meat. I went, do you know what? As a vegetarian, that insults me. Wassail, Kathy. I just want to be able to go into a tourist restaurant and find vegetarian options. I said, I've got money to buy lunch. I'm coming for 4 days. I'm going to have to bring food with me. And they'll say to you, but there's soup. I said, as a vegetarian of over 35 years, I don't want to eat bloody soup. I'm enormous. I need more than soup. And I can't chew a salad until I get my teeth. That's not their problem. But salads, we're bored with salads. So we're here in the middle of the world. Listen, I've done vegan as well for a very long time, but on my travels I've had to let dairy back in because I couldn't get anything to eat. Wassail, Steve? Yeah, I couldn't get anything to eat at all. So, and when I was traveling, I was no longer making sourdough bread, and because the diet became so restricted when I hit France, all of my nails started to go really, really weird, and I needed fermented foods. So I had to let some cheese back in, and I wasn't very happy about it, but my nails improved, so, and my general health got better for me. It's all right being vegan when I live at home because I know how to cook and create the diet, but when you're out and about traveling the world, and particularly Portugal was very difficult as a vegan. And also here, it's almost impossible. You can buy things in big supermarkets, but you're not always near them. So it does become a real problem. Anyway, I'm in the middle of the world. I'm on the middle of the world. I'm just going to say that again. I'm on the middle of the world. And this deck, Kathy sent this deck to someone in Ipswich. There's something on my screen. And so this deck flew into Britain. It passed over the 0 degree longitude, which is where I come from in Greenwich, so to speak. And now this deck has come to the middle of the world. Look, there it is. Middle of the world. It's passing from the south to the north. Gee, that might be the wrong way around. You're connecting dairy with shame. Why? I mean, I think there's a lot of shameful treatment of animals. It was interesting that in Normandy, there everything was very localized, and there wasn't that sort of mass production of milk and butter. It was all very localized and artisanal and very expensive as a consequence. So there's some people, they came in at the same time as me. They're doing their middle of the world pictures. So I'm wondering if there's a Liffruma card that might be able to give me a middle of the world energy or a sense of what this is, because coming from Greenwich, I've got to take my shoes off. I can't sit on this step cross-legged. So for me, it's interesting. The 0 degree line. Yeah, I think that those kinds of things do happen. There's a lot of difficult energies, but what I would say is you need to live in a world where you don't feel shame. There should be never a reason, and spirit, I don't think, would ever attempt to shame us. That's just my own sense. I can't live in an energy of shame, because that's something which the world tries to put upon us constantly to control us. So whenever I feel or someone tries to deliver an energy of shame, I'm just like, you know what, you can't do that to me, because Norse mythology, there's no karma. I did everything I did because the Norns said I would do that before I was born. It was my destiny to do things. So yeah, you can try and bring up shame, but I would say don't let anyone ever shame you. Be proud of everything you did, because it got you to where you are. So anyway, back to prime. The prime meridian is a line in Greenwich and other parts of the world, but it was set up in Greenwich Mean Time, as time. And it is very much a single little line that you can see like this. Here, the equator, although marked as this yellow line, is about 5 kilometers wide, and it moves. It absolutely shifts, because the world's shifting. So the prime meridian of Greenwich is about marking time. And I used to walk my dogs in the park, in Greenwich Park, and I passed over the line marking east and west constantly. Here we're marking south and north, and I don't know what the energy here is, but I know it's important, and I know I need to come here for 4 days, and I'm going to try not to do too long here, because I need to save the battery so that I can actually do readings. We're going to begin with mutable signs, and then tomorrow I'm going to come and do cardinal, because tomorrow is the equinox, and so that will be the start of Aries. So we'll do cardinal signs. The following day I hope to do fixed signs, and then on Thursday it's 0 degrees of Pluto arriving in Aquarius, and that feels like that needs to be marked here on the equator. So Liffruma, just a little short message we're doing here, just to say hello to everyone, to let you know I'm at the equator. I did a really clever thing just now. I need to show you. So there's a massive queue to use the to stand in front of the thing that says middle of the world. And what I did was I went round the back of it, took the picture, and then just turned the picture around so that it still reads middle of the world the right way around. And I don't know why more people don't apply a little bit of logic. So we're in the middle of the world, people. Look, people are doing great things. So, Liffruma, is there something you can tell me about what I feel? I feel like I'm releasing something, but it feels physical. Whereas the 0 degrees prime meridian feels more ethereal. This is actual. So what do we get? I mean, I can kind of imagine Os turning up. Let's see. Liffruma. 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 Oh! Oh! It's the Bifrost. It's Hemfreld. So, living light paths, theories of strings and strands, fragile, frayed threads, warp and weft, all left empty through knowing love is all. Peaceful vibrations bridging worlds and all journeys leading to the same destination. All our leaves lifted by the solar wind and sailing home, charted by stars to birth once more with the sacred Yggdrasil tree. Welcome home! Oh, that's, I mean, you know, the thing about this card is all about bringing everything in, releasing something to the center, to this kind of violet alien creature, and then sending out new light refractions. And it feels a bit like it needs another card to say, what are you focused on? What is it that you're seeing here? See, it's a good job I'm doing this now because there's a lot more tourists arriving. It's a massive place. It's a huge park with museums and everything. Wassail Karen! Guess everyone would be staring at me, but I'm so used to that when I'm dealing with cards. Outdoors. I try not to be in areas with too many people because I don't want their energies. Still having a little bit of a breathing problem when I talk too much. So it's bringing out 64. So, Wackened. Oh, fabulous, Francesca. I love the fact that you're going to France as Francesca. So this is a spirit familiar. This is the animal totem. This is about watchers. Ah, yeah, you see, that's what it is. I'm being watched. Not just by you guys. But the aliens. They're probably in the mountains. There's so many mountains here. Let me just show you a little bit of the view. I'm not going to read the Wacom poem. I'm going to keep to the theme. It's just, this is an area where you're watched, where spirit guides are very powerful, clearly. So let me just give you a little spin round, and I'll try not to get my head in the sun too much. Actually, just give me a moment. I can't risk my scalp. That's better. So here is the monument. Oh, bit of sun in there. And then I'm just going to turn you round so that you can see. Here's a whole series of the mountains going all the way around. And you can see it's, I mean, to get here, we had to come through a valley. And there's my belongings. There's a little train going by. I might have to go on that. Maybe do one of the readings on the train going round. Going round the middle of the world city. So look, if you all hold your breath, look, we're here. We're, I think, in the south. I don't know. I've lost track of space. I've also lost track of time here. Let's move. We're going. Hold your breaths, everyone. We're going over. We have changed. I've moved back into the northern hemisphere. Amazing. Let's go back to the southern hemisphere. Everyone's included in these readings, see? So tomorrow, it's the March equinox, which will be vernal when you're over here, but it will be autumnal if you live in this half of the world. Look at us, we're in two halves of the world. Middle of the world, people. Middle of the world. Middle of the world. So yeah, I feel like there's aliens that, you can call them what you like, beings, earth beings. They're earth elders. They live in the world, but inside their version, inside the mountains, there's something, it's a different dimension. So let's go back there and sit this way for a bit with the nice greenery in the scenery. So I'm going to get the deck out again. I just want to say to everybody, obviously, isn't that, yes, I don't know, an alien day it might be. We're going to be here, Eve. I'm going to come here for the next 4 days. It's a long journey every day. But I feel I'm being called to do it. I just don't want the aliens to take me inside. So, Liffruma.com, the website is up. Oh, I can smell flesh being cooked here. Right now. It's rotten. There's a little cuy, a little guinea pig stall over there where you can get guinea pig on a stick. Yeah, so Liffruma.com is up online, and I want to just say thank you to everyone so far. There's been over 8,000 visits to the website, and that is amazing. Let's see if we can sell 8,000 decks. Yeah, Kathy's all over it. Just read Kathy and you know how to get there. There's also, if you subscribe, you get secret information for the moment. Hidden content that we're not handing out to everyone. So there's something about joining the Liffruma gang or the secret squad, the Rune squad. So, Wassail Kelly Rose, Wassail Iris. I feel like I've been mean not singing people's names. Because I'm in the middle of the world and I feel like I should name you all for turning up here. I'm really apologise for that. It was 3313 just then, which is an interesting completion and new beginning. I've also been seeing today on my way here a whole series of power numbers in fours but split. So it would be 3737, so it's 33 and 77, but seen as 3737, 2929. And I've been seeing those all day. I don't yet know what they mean. Wassail Ricky Dean. So let's give this a shuffle, and we're on 18 minutes. And I want to do more than half an hour because I need the battery on my iPad and my phone to cover me doing the recordings, because I have to do 4 a day, and I've got to get through all of the mutable signs first, so that tomorrow on the equinox we can move on to the cardinals. Because if you think about it, the 2 equinoxes and the 2 solstices mark the start of the 4 cardinal signs. So nice echo that runs across there. So Pichincha, which is the region. Also, I've just read about Mindo with the cloud forest. I wonder whether we might go there. It's a sort of a rainforest full of wonderful tropical birds. So we have 3 cards. We have Stenkness, we have Nithogir, we have the test, we have the energy of a portal. And you know, the equator, if anything, is certainly a portal. Gonna have to move up a step because, give me a moment, the sun is coming over the top of the monument and I can't afford to sit in the sun for hours on end burning the top parts of my body. So Let's just crawl up here. Here we are. So it began with the Stenkness, Nithogir, the test energy. It was followed by Egelshamir. So that's 6236, and then it ends with Gatan. It's about conquering yourself. So here there's this message. We had this message the other day. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, just got sidetracked. There's a little thing here by the cards, look. It says Instituto Geografico Militar, some kind of military thing. Done on the 28th of April 1981, marking coordinates. I'll give them a clue. 000. It's the Equator military people. So it's fascinating. I want you to look at this huge blade, the need to gut the sacral, and then this energy of a similar shape rolling around the Egelshamir. I want to say that the energy I'm picking up from the cards is kind of like a commentary of believing you're gutting things, believing you're letting go of things, believing that you're doing the work to free yourself from overprotection, and yet you're not. That's the message I'm getting from these cards. It's time to be honest with yourself. If you want to transform the physical, and that's what the Equator is about, the physical. If you want to march mellifluously up the mountain, you need to spill out and conquer yourself. Am I shimmering? Woo! I'm enjoying, I like the idea of shimmering, Karen. Because I feel like I'm gonna gut some shit today and the next few days. We're gonna go on a really long journey. I'm gonna be doing quilts in the Liffruma readings, which I haven't taught you yet because you haven't got your decks. When you lay out 12 cards, the middle section is about work that you do in the astral, and the outer section is how you ground yourself. And then we shift the cards to look at how you can do this change. So maybe that's the point. Maybe this is an introduction to the test that's coming to all of us through all of the different houses. It's time to rethink how we do things, how we work, how we improve our lives entirely. So there's a little look at Liffruma. Can we just say, look, I'm going to just bring this here. There's that line again, look. Liffruma in the northern hemisphere. Oh, it's gone in the southern hemisphere. Where's it gone? I can't find my deck. It's gone to the other side of the world. It's back. Oh my God, I feel so stupidly childish here. I went to the opticians yesterday, and while I was trying on glasses, the ball bearing fell off my nose ring and it got lost. So then I had to go and find a tattoo parlor and piercing shop and buy some new ball bearings, but they're really tiny ones. It's the same nose ring, but tiny weeny ones. But I'm getting some new glasses next week because I can't see anymore. Oh, you're adorable, Eve. I can't wait to meet you in the flesh. See, I can meet people now because this is the physical world. I've been caught up in the esoteric prime meridian. I can let go of all that rubbish now. And time here in Quito, well, time in Ecuador, it's doing weird things. It's not ticking properly. It's doing strange things. So maybe I'll get a better handle on time. I want want to suggest a beautiful song for people as well that's been on in my head. It's by a group called Muse, and it's called I Belong to You. And it uses my favourite aria, where it's a duet, but really it's an aria, from Samson and Delilah. Oh, you see, now that's interesting. I was thinking about the song Delilah by Tom Jones, and how that's a really horrendous lyric. We all sing the song, my Delilah, but he's gone in and he's stabbed her because she had an affair with somebody. It's a really ugly energy. Anyway, this song from Samson and Delilah is all about Delilah seducing Samson. And it's all about opening your heart to the tenderness. And Muse did a version that's got the opera towards the end of the tune, but it's also got this brilliant part about belonging to another and being the muse of another. It's a wonderful song. So it's by Muse, and I think it's called I Belong to You, but it's got my favourite opera aria. And obviously in the aria it's sung by Delilah, but with Muse it's sung by a male voice. So you might enjoy that, people. We've got 3.5 minutes of exact time. Oh, Uck. It's talking to me about creatures through the veil. Things that we don't see. Things living in the mountains. Things living in trees. Just slightly hidden away that you can begin to find access to, and then you'll understand the messages. Tannin is very important. So maybe tannin-rich teas and things. Yes, a Gaderung for channeling. So this is about improving your biome. And then it's about improving me. Ula, reach out your senses. Stretch the veil towards the veil. See what's hidden, what's rustling around. What's rustling all around you that you're not looking at? Oh, look, red wine has tannins. Round the corner, there's a stall selling chocolate wine. Maybe I'll have a sip. It just made me feel sick just seeing the word chocolate wine. So, reaching out, adjusting perceptions, feeling with your inner eyes, your inner knowing. This is not consciousness though. So they're saying to me that this really is, yeah, I think actually, Wassail Greenleaf, Wassail Sandra, I think that they used it in Twilight as a song, but I've known the song for a long time because of the connection to the Sanson. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you want to hear the opera version, you have to listen to a Russian woman called Yelena Obratsova, and she's singing with Placido Domingo, and she's got the most incredible, the most powerful female woman's voice ever. And she sings so strongly and so powerfully that when Placido Domingo hits his high note, she just drowns him out because she's so strong, so strong. They might have, Kathy. I'm not paying enough attention. You might have to go back, screen grab it and tell me later. So reaching out, but with your physical body, this card is usually your senses, but they're saying right now that it's to do with, yeah, Wassail, everybody else. I'm so sorry. I'm nearly overdue. Oh look, it's half an hour now. I'm rubbish with time. They're saying that this is about reaching out with your physical cells. You've got to tune your cells to see through the veil, to see the creatures that live in the hills, in the mountains, in the trees. If you want to witness the magic hidden within things, it's not just now about your consciousness. This was a beautiful truth. This is about linking your physical cells into everything. So let's get a final card and then I'm off. Let's get a final Liffruma. Oh, this has got a tree in it. It's one of the, this is part of the next email. If you subscribe to Liffruma.com, the next email is covering runes 45 to 55. And it begins with the story of the short and long branched younger Thuthark, which became a series of tree cycles. So this is the unfurling. If you want to witness the magic in the natural world, the Wakand card is all about remembering when you were a tree, remembering when you were an insect, remembering the lives that you've led that were part of being the makeup of the natural world. If you want to re-feel this energy, to unfurl, to know that that energy still exists, you've got to unlock senses. You've got to use your owl senses. But look, an owl doesn't just listen and see with its sharp eyes. An owl knows how to strike. It knows how to bring what seems rather distant, an auditory or visual or a sense, and it knows how to make it physical. Cellular memories, exactly. I'm changing all of mine, Parry. I don't remember anything anymore. Who are you? Oh, I want to just sit here until my phone runs out, but I promised Spirit I would do the readings. So, beautiful people, I'll be here again tomorrow. I imagine we'll do a little live. Maybe we'll come back here before I do the thing each time, because I'm having to come very early to avoid the mass tourism buses. So, I can't see anything with those glasses on. They're so rubbish now. They're almost dangerous to wear. So, let's just end with a quick last glance around. Look, there's the monument. I think the sun's, oh no, we're all right. Look, oh, that's quite a good image. Middle of the world, middle of the world. This is Earth. So, beautiful people, let's just, hooray! So look, I'm going to hold that there. I'm not sure what that says or if you can read it. But, oh, there's a wire there. Didn't notice that before. So here is the middle of the world. And this is middle of the world city. I mean, the equator runs through other countries, but it doesn't actually run through that many. So it is a real honor and a privilege to be here with all of you in the middle of the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. Whew, dizzy. And I'm up steps. Oh, and I just broke my glasses. I just sat on them. So there'll be no glass wearing. See, I don't need to see anything. Luckily, I've got another pair at home. Also, luckily, I bought a new pair. Wow, I've really broken those. Oh, that's really gorgeous. So, yeah, that's no good whatsoever. I'll wear some different glasses tomorrow. I bought 3 pairs in Mexico and I've never really worn the other pairs, and it was a long time ago. So, beautiful people, I'm going to go blindly into the world and say, see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see me later on. I'm going to do these videos for you. Yeah, look. They're all... See, I'm so ahead. I mean, weirdly here, there was an earthquake down in Guayaquil. A horrible earthquake, 6.8, which is the Ula card. And I woke up the night before it happened, and I could hear an earthquake in my head, and all I could think was, oh, I wonder if they get earthquakes here up the mountain. And then there was the earthquake, and I was actually talking with Olga when it happened, and I didn't feel it at all in Quito. And yeah, there were reports of people feeling it as far north as Colombia, so I really don't know, but I didn't feel it. And I wondered whether, because shortly just before, weirdly, I saw this really weird purple costume, more purple than this bag. And Olga and I were talking about the Lord of the Miracles, and you remember in Peru, the Lord of the Miracles went by me. And it was about 6 minutes after that, I was sitting in a square, and there was this noise, like a mini explosion. And thousands of pigeons flew all over me. And that may have been the moment of the earthquake, but I'm really not sure. But I still didn't feel any of it, and I am thankfully quite safe, and a lot of people weren't. So, middle of the world people, Ecuador, and I adore all of you. Did I say earlier that there's been 8,000 visits to the site? Yeah, I did, but I just needed to say that again. So thank you all for supporting us. So I'm off. Wassail, beautiful people. Middle of the world. Middle of the world.